Shanaya,
Hi,
how
I'm
are
so excited.
you?
It's Kelowna.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You've got one of the coolest names like I've ever heard, like a unique name like mine. I'm Ara, you're Shanaya. You know what I mean? We're in the cool name
I,
club.
I love it. I was also born in Kelowna, so we've got,
That's awesome.
I know.
Did you own that name as a kid? Or were you like, Mom, Dad, what were you thinking naming me this?
I hated it. So my grandma named me and I hated it when I was a kid because everyone called me Shanaya. I wanted to change my name to Sabrina when
I asked mine a few times over the years too, like, guys, what were you thinking?
yeah,
Okay,
I love it
have
now.
you had time to process what went down? Are you okay with how
Uh,
things traveled?
Gosh, I think I go between like spiraling and being at peace and then being paranoid and then being at peace again. I definitely am going through the motions, that's for sure. It was tough. I did not wake up that morning thinking I was going to be walking out those doors. And then when Claudia won HOH, I for sure did not see myself leaving. So it's definitely a tough pill to swallow. I'm disappointed, but I'm trying to get past it.
I mean, double evictions, like they're fun for us to watch from home, but obviously like anxiety inducing for you guys playing the game. And when you
Yeah.
go up as the replacement nominee, tell me, I want to know what went through your mind right then and what you felt Claudia was going to do.
I knew whoever's name that came out of Claudia's mouth, they were 100% going home. I actually, even prior to her saying my name, I asked her in the pantry, I was like, is it me? And she couldn't say anything. And she just kind of was like crying and looking at me. And in that moment, I knew I was going home. I could feel it in the air to be dramatic, but I could feel it in the air when we were all sitting there waiting for the replacement noms. I had a feeling something was going down, and lo and behold, it was.
Why was it you? Why did you get sent to jury? Why?
So, from my understanding of the situation, which could be very limited, but Ty, I believe, proposed to Claudia that if she puts me up on the block, he will work with her and Renee in the game. And going forward, they will work together and whatever that means for them. I think at that point, she had to choose between keeping me and then going against Ty fully or continuing a game relationship with Ty and having Renee as well. Ty made a comment to me right before the noms, and he basically said me using the veto during his HOH week made it really difficult for him. I messed up his HOH week, whatever. I was proud of that. and he, because of that, needed me to leave the game. And so I think Claudia made a choice, and I was the consequence of that decision.
How did you feel about that shut up and sit down comment that Kuzi made to Renee?
Well, I think everyone knows how I felt about it. I was shocked. And you know what? I will just preface this with saying that Kuzi and I talked, and I'm glad that we did. You know, part of Big Brother for me was having hard conversations with people that maybe you see things differently about. And that's an amazing experience at the game. So we talked and we sorted it out. But off the cuff, I was shook. I couldn't believe that she would say something like that to Renee in a point of time where Renee can't really defend herself. And, you know, it really took me by surprise. I thought it was, you know, a little bit disrespectful. I understand now that she was coming from a place where she was just angry about a game move and that's how she was responding. Do I agree with it? No, but I do understand it more.
Can Renee win this game? And if so, what does she have to do to win it all?
I hands down think Renee could win the game. The big thing for her is just going to be getting there. I think if she makes it there, she's got it in the bag. Unless she's up against Ty, I think Ty will take this thing, no problem. But for her, I know that Daniel C and Anika, they had their eyes on her. That could change now, though, given that Claudia just made this huge move. They could have their eyes on Claudia. And if Renee is protected by Ty, that changes things entirely as well. I think her biggest hardship at this point is going to be getting there, because in Ty's eyes, she'll be the first to go over Claudia. And in Daniel C and Anika's eyes, she would be the first to go too, likely.
I mean, it was an emotional exit last night. So the first move you feel has to go down in the house next is?
I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to see Ty be on the block and go home next. But let's be real, we've been trying that for weeks and it's not going our way. I think I would love to see Daniel C or Anika take an HOH. I know that I want my girls to do well, but a little bit of bitter part of me is saying that if they deserve a win. They have been out here struggling. I know what that's like. I didn't get an HOH win myself, and I know how bad I wanted it. They were feeling the same. I'd love to see that for them. I'd love them to throw up Ty. I'd love them to maybe make Claudia feel a little bit bad for kicking me out of the house. So I think that would make me a little bit happy on the inside.
Is there any way to stop Ty from winning POV comps that he competes in this season? It's like,
It's crazy. I'm gonna say I don't know how it looked, but I was close on his heels in that veto comp last night. I got to my puzzle. He's insane. It blows my mind the way this man the way he paces around the house like he's in a comp all the time. It is crazy. I don't know what he's made of. It actually blows my mind. He truly feels unbeatable. It's like superhero level.
where do you feel Claudia's mind is at with Ty?
Well, from my point of view, it seems as if she's placed now all her eggs in that basket. And I think going forward, she's really going to be leaning on him for support, like emotionally and in the game. Not that she can't stand on her own 2 feet, because she sure as hell can. But I think making this decision last night, I assume it's going to weigh heavy on her and perhaps put even more pressure on her to succeed in the house, because she's going to have to prove mostly to herself that she made the right call. I think her and Ty with me gone are going to be like this, and that could be a very powerful force.
You and Kuzi are both BC, yeah?
Yes, Victoria.
Yeah, did you ever think of trying like a BC connection, thing as an alliance?
Yeah, I don't know if it ever crossed either of our minds. And in retrospect, I think that would have been a really powerful duo. Kuzi is a beast. She's amazing at comps. She's amazing socially. I tried to be amazing at the comps. I wasn't great, but I tried. I think maybe if we'd been able to join forces, that would have been an epic duo. I think the problem with that would have been just that we saw things differently in the house. So that would have been a really tough thing for us. But the fact that it was 2 girls that live in Victoria that were chosen to represent BC was something we talked about a lot, because it made us feel pretty good that we were chosen despite living in the same city.
Shanaya, potential winner of Big Brother Canada. What do they have to prove to you for the win? Who do you think is taking it this season?
Well, I begrudgingly am going to say I think Ty. I think Ty is a huge in the running to be the winner. He has been dominating the comps. As we said, he has been playing a crazy good social game. It's obvious Ty is a well-rounded player, and he has been on his own since Dan left, and he's still in that house fighting. I think what he would have to prove to me in order to 100% solidify my vote is maybe bring a little bit of humility to the end game. Recognize that your game hasn't been perfect. Recognize that there has been ups and downs. Ty is a very confident person. That's something that I admire in him. Something that I could learn from myself. But sometimes the confidence can breach on the side of arrogance. And I'd like to see that scale down a little bit in order to, fully be okay with giving him my vote.
Okay, you ready for the speed round? This is it. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Smartest player this season.
Oh, Kuzi.
Sneakiest player this season.
Zach.
Best chef in the house.
Dan, hands down. And most handsome.
Who's been asleep at the wheel all season?
Oh, Hope.
The one who cannot be trusted is...
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna circle back, and I'm gonna go with Zach.
Your girl crush.
Oh, my girl crush. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna say I gotta give this one to Anika.
Your man crush.
Ah, frick. I'm gonna go with Rob. I hate to admit it. I was waiting for this question. Yeah, well, I'll give that one to Rob.
Who deserves to win it all this season?
Daniel C.
Thank you, Shanaya.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.